The final question. Now you've all been given the question before the show. I'll read the question again and you'll each have a chance to answer. Cook Islands, we're going to start with you. Cook Islands, what is the most important issue your generation is facing?
Well, mental health is of a major concern. We're finding that people are experiencing some of the highest levels of anxiety, stress, depression, low self-esteem than any generation before us. And there are a multitude of factors that are playing into it. Education costs, costs of living, job opportunities. And with such a huge reliance on social media, we're seeing its effects on self-image, this need to achieve physical perfectionism, perceived wealth. But most importantly, within such an overworked and overstressed generation, people are failing to practice self-care and they're neglecting to look after themselves. So this could be anything from physical exercise, spending time with your family, eating healthy, getting enough sleep. It's different for everybody. But I believe that it's important that amidst our busy lives to just stop, take the time to look after our mental health, because beyond our careers and beyond our finances, it's essentially our health and our happiness that's most important.
I think all it's about education and job opportunities. The job market is very tight now. One of the main reasons is that the colleges and universities are highly or quite costly. So our generation, they graduate and don't have the opportunity to have the job. So I think this is the most and the most reason and the most issue in our society now for the new generation and young students.
Something that I have noticed, especially in my country and online, is a general lack of empathy and compassion towards other people. Earlier this year, I had received a phone call that was quite hard for me to take. My best friend was on the phone standing on the ledge of a bridge, and she was considering to commit suicide. And the reason she was there was relentless cyberbullying that she had experienced. And I think that people don't realize that when they're talking to a screen, that there's a person on the other side that has their own issues and life and problems that they're dealing with. My friend has suffered with this for years, and then she would get messages from people online telling her to kill herself all the time. And I think that we need to remember the golden rule that we were taught in elementary school, and that's to treat others the way that you wish to be treated. And that doesn't just apply to face-to-face interactions, that applies online as well. And I think that something we need to remember is that if you don't have something nice to say, don't say it at all. Follow your mother's advice that you were taught when you were very little. And I feel as if there's so many kids running around this big that understands that concept way better than most adults, and that's something that really needs to change in our world.
For me, that issue our generation facing is social professional integration. For example, in the world, the statistic shows that 71 million of young have not a job. And I think we can help these young people.
In my opinion, is it ecology and the environment. We live in a consumer society and very fast. All of this has an influencer on the environment, but we have to protect it for the next generation. We all have to behave nature friendly.
Well, I think all the girls are right, but I really think that the main problem is the loss of values and principles I think we are all like losing the value of family. Families now these days are separate. Education as well. Education is like in schools and everything. They don't teach you moral and ethic and the principle, the most important values. I really think we need to change that because that's affecting our world. Contamination, all the problems you can mention begin from there. I think we all need to change our lifestyle. We need to understand what's important in life, what really matters in life, and fight for a better world, fight to get the families together and get back to where we were or what we were before.
Thank you very much, Bolivia. And thank you to everyone. Excellent answers. I know when we talk about issues, it does sort of, bring the mood to a different place, but thank you for sharing your opinions on this question. You've heard their video presentations, they've answered the final question, and now it's time for you to decide which one of them moves on to round 2. And you can do so via one of 4 ways. And there are 4 ways to vote. You can like the contestants' official Miss World Facebook pages, like their content on Mobstar, vote for them on the Miss World website, or in China on Model Power Live. And the contestant with the most votes will move on to round number 2. We're here at the Mangrove Tree Resort World in Sanya Bay, China. Thank you very much. And goodbye.